Cameron Stewart, Locked on Baylor. ESPN is about to give the Big 12 millions of dollars in a move that most people will think is going to kill college football or hurt us even further. It's the college football red zone concept. People went crazy when ESPN bought the rights to NFL RedZone. People went nuts when they bought the NFL Network, and this is not good. But now Front Office Sports is reporting that Fox is unlikely to license Big 10 or Big 12 games to ESPN for a college football red zone. Fox said, no, we have the contract with this. We have the contract with them. Why would we give you those games for red zone? And because of Big Noon Kickoff, Deion Sanders, Ohio State, Maserati Marv. Because of that, the amount of large games that are on Fox, ESPN cannot do a college football red zone with just its coverage. So deduce what you will from this. What I'm picking up is the Big 12 is about to get paid because the only way ESPN can go through with what could be a really good idea. I love the bases loaded. I love March Madness coverage where I can see multiple games at once. I love NFL Red Zone. This could be a spectacular idea. ESPN's going to have to give the Big 12 millions more dollars, and honestly the Big 10 too, to be able to go through with this. They wouldn't have to pay the SEC anything. They already own those. They already got it. Yep. They already have that. The Big 12 is about to get paid. I already talked about how they're rich with the streaming platform they picked up by having Peacock. This is going to compound even better.
Everybody's eating in our conference on this. You know, I don't know how many times UCF or Houston's going to be on these games, these big Fox games or Turner games that the Big 12 has, but all of us are going to be eating, man. I don't know. Is ESPN in deep talks with the CW at this point? I'm not sure. Not sure how the ACC gets in this party.
CW, Superman and Lois. Classic.
Who do you know here? Kind of thing. But Superman's about to kiss Lois. We're gonna throw it live to the CW right now, where Lucas Scott is setting up for the win in the state championship game for the Tree Hill Ravens. I think that would be great. But this is all I could think of was the Adam Sandler Uncut Gems meme. This is how I win.
Yeah,
this is how I win, man. Like it's not something that Brett Yormark could have forecasted necessarily. That hey, you know, in 2 years ESPN's going to try and do this red zone thing for college football because they bought the rights to the NFL one. I don't think he can do that, but you gotta have that thought when you're putting together a lucrative contract with someone like a Fox of like, hey, here's all the benefits that Fox can give me, and if for some reason this gets any bigger in any way, we're going to have more money. But to your ultimate point is this is money that the Big 10 will get, but this is money that the Big 12 will get that the SEC will not. They'll make some extra money off the revenue of that, but the Big 12 will get a double hit on that. They'll get the rights money and the revenue that comes from that show. It's inadvertently brilliant from our conference. This is huge for our conference in a game that is just totally driven by money now, more than it ever has been, and it always has been. This is a way for the Big 12 to make money and the SEC to not. That's a huge dub for us.
Daryl from Ardmore, who we shouted out last week, I'm pretty sure. He's listening to this. I don't know why he's still got us on and going, didn't you just say more money don't matter because I don't see none of that in my pocket? And that's the same conversation that Adam from Whitney is saying. He's the big Texas A&M fan. Those are the schools that left the Big 12, Oklahoma, Texas A&M, and they did that to get more money, $20 million more per year. I'm not excited about this money because I'm going to make any of it. Right. I'm excited that it's evening the playing field. If you're sitting at number one and touting the dollars you don't get, that's stupid. If you're sitting at number three and now you're chasing number one, that's something I can get behind because it's closing the gap in college football and helping us. That's why I think this revenue is going to matter.
Yeah, and specifically to use those teams, OU, A&M, UT, it's like, well, now, you know, for the exception of UT, let's focus on OU and A&M because UT was in the SEC championship game last year. It's like you guys are sacrificing championships. It literally, in the case of OU, you stopped winning championships.
Yes.
Just to have a little bit extra money. Not like OU and UT and A&M were starving for cash. Like, that's not what this was. They got a little bit more money to be in the SEC, to give up those rivalries, to give up those championships, to give up that regional dominance, to do that. To each their own. But now you see what you could have had if you're Oklahoma. You're like, damn, man, I could be making the college football playoff right now, going 11-1 in the Big 12. Say A&M probably has thought that the last 10 years, the talent they've had in the building. They can't get a coach who knows their butt from their armpit in the Jimbo Fisher era, but they could have been like, oh, man, could have been 10-2 in the Big 12. We could have been there. And instead you got, $20 million extra dollars. Congrats. When you get wrapped up in a major cheating scandal and the NCAA reveals that you just cheated and lied all the way to a national championship, you'll be able to pay off the fine because you have $20 million extra dollars. That was a Michigan reference, Drake. You guys will be fine. But now here's the Big 12, stable, making pretty good money, making money that, again, the SEC won't make off this deal. And you got to imagine there are some fans there thinking, can we just go back? Like, we're getting 11 a.m. games anyway. Can we just go back and win some conference championships here? I have to imagine at least some OU fans are thinking that at this point.
I would hope. And this is not even that I hate OU. I was talking to a Big 12 fan recently who said, man, I just hate OU so much more than Texas. Their fan base just drove me up a wall every year. I thought, wow, I think that's an unpopular opinion.
Different from my experience.
I don't disrespect that, but I always liked interacting mostly with OU fans because they knew they were good, and they were just, there's something about dominance where you're just like, yeah, the Tom Brady deal. People are like, oh, Patriot fans are so, no, dude, when you're number one, when you just roll over everyone, why not be polite and just be like, yeah, dude, we're the best, and you can't argue it. There's something.
Yeah, I hated Oklahoma because we never beat them.
Yeah,
it was not the same for Texas.
Yeah, for Texas, it's like, hey, you are screaming at me that you're good and you're not. There are metrics to prove to me that you aren't. And even when Oklahoma would slip up to Kansas State, you'd be like, okay, they still won the Big 12 championship and went to the college football playoff. So I don't hate Oklahoma fans. I just want you to understand you are becoming Texas fans.
Yeah.
By screaming at us that, oh, we're making money now. Oh, look at the poors over there. Look at the poor. You wish you were us. You may not make the playoff for the next 10 years. And you probably would have made the playoff 7 of those 10 years in the Big 12. Oh, well, you're just admitting the Big 12 not as good as the SEC. Yes, it's not. We know that right now. It can be in 10 or 15 years, but it's not. I'm just saying your viewership experience is worse because you wanted some people who are faceless and nameless to you to make more money. And that money obviously is not going to improving Gaylord family because that's stadium.
Or your roster, by the way.
Yeah.
It's not like Oklahoma's been red hot on the recruiting trail or the portal.
Oh, hey, they got DeQuan Finn at quarterback this year. That's kind of they got the Pac-12's best at quarterback this year.
You know who should think about a Big 12 switch? I'm thinking about a team that I've heard a lot over the last few weeks how good they would be in the Big 12 and how they're going to route a Big 12 team. This is also a team that has not won 7 games since 2019. Should Auburn take a look at joining the Big 12?
Tomorrow on Locked On Big 12.
As bad as they say it is.
Tomorrow on Locked On Big 12.
I'm just saying.
That's actually not bad. I don't hate that actually at all. Welcome to the show, boys. It's Cameron Stewart of Locked On Baylor at Real Cam Stewart on the Twitter app. Thank you for making our shows your first listen every single day. This has been and always will be Locked On. Thanks again for making our shows your first listen every single day. A crossover with Baylor and Dose Grande.